just quickly sort that out. Till that time, let's just quickly pull out a contribution plate on the bank Nifty. I think that's important. On the bank Nifty, if you see the kind of decline that has happened, ICICI Bank is largely accounting for it, about 205 points. Now, one reason is that, with HDFC Bank's card business being back, there have been some market share gains that ICICI Bank has had, and the stock has really been a big outperformer compared to HDFC Bank. So perhaps some bit of give back. HDFC Bank is still helping the bank Nifty with that 41-point contribution. Prakash Diwan is joining us. I think we will sort that audio with Mitesh in a bit. Prakash, good afternoon. Your thoughts on how to approach the two big ones now, HDFC Bank and ICICI Bank, after the news flow?
Good afternoon, Anuj. So, this news flow that the RBI revocation of the ban on all technology applications for new client acquisitions for HDFC is just an enabler. So, and they've already lost about 2%, under 2% of market share. It's going to be a while before they come back and start regaining that foothold of sorts. So, I think the market overreacted to just this sliver of a news that is in the right direction, but it still needs more time. So I think HDFC will continue to fumble around this level till it kind of has some positive triggers on the expansion of the business, which probably beyond the housing loans is not coming in from its core traditional segments. Unlike that, my sense is the ICICI Bank setup is fairly positive because the result season, Anuj, has very clearly thrown up huge possibilities of capital expansion and new expenditure by some of the larger players who not only have been profitable but are seeing opportunity to scale up. And this is happening after almost about 3 years. So if this cycle actually takes up more kind of momentum, the corporate facing banks are going to have a huge opportunity or advantage over the others. And I think ICICI Bank will take advantage of that completely. So if I had to bet on a bank right now, apart from Kotak, which I like more because of the conservative approach and the kind of quality of balance sheet and all that, from an immediate tactical perspective, ICICI Bank would do some very strong strides going ahead.
I'm just going off on a tangent, but I'm just drawing a parallel between what we're seeing on HDFC Bank today and what we are seeing on United Spirits. I remember it was maybe 2 or 3 weeks back, the United Spirits new management had taken over. I mean, the Anand Kripalu had stepped away. I mean, of course, it was nothing unexpected. It was supposed to be that way. The dates were announced earlier. And I remember there was a fair bit of excitement that with this new change in management, I think it was a Monday, there was a conference call that day at about 11 o'clock. And the buzz was that, well, this is it, the big one for United Spirits, and there'll be a change in direction. Well, guess what? The stock actually went south. Nothing major, but it just languished for about 3 weeks. And today you're seeing this big move today out of nowhere. I mean, we can attribute this to unlock and whatever, but the point is these things do happen. So HDFC Bank, a huge amount of anticipation over the last 1 month. Relaxation on the card business, etc., is coming from the RBI. Maybe it's positioning. Stock's gone sideways. South, we'll see. But I mean, without a doubt, this is a good outcome for HDFC Bank after many, many months of not being able to get new credit card customers. Mitesh Thakkar is with us to run us through what he's going to be doing with closing strategies. Mitesh, thanks very much. What would you do?
Good afternoon, Prashant. See, on the index, I think we are going through some kind of a pullback, after getting a gap up and hitting the targets of levels of around 16,700. My sense is that 16,500, 480 is the first support area, and I think if that is not being broken, then I think we might actually end up into a mild range of 16,700, 500 thereabouts. Having said that, I like cement stocks. I think they are the one clearly showing a lot of momentum, and would suggest buying into them. I have a buy on Ultratech Cement with a stop at 75.80 for targets of 7,700, and HCC is a buy around 23.40 with a stop at 23.10 for targets of 2,400.
Okay, fair. Sorry, go ahead, Nigel.
Okay, all right. Thanks a lot for that, Mitesh. Well, Let's understand a couple of companies, then a couple of stocks that are moving around. Prashant had given us, some kind of reasoning with regard to the change of management. Prashant, I'm not sure whether it's that or it's the consumption story that's so strong, and I'm guessing you're contributing to that. But that for later on in the show. For the time being, let's
put always a beer group, right? Just lurking around there somewhere. Why not?
Just a few hours away.
Not yet Friday. Close enough. Go on.
All right. Okay. Consumption stocks are doing well. It's not because of any of us here in the studio, but let's hop across to Nupur. She's joining in to understand why. Nupur, fill us in.
Well, Nigel, it feels like Friday because it's all about drinks and cigarettes, USL, UBL, and Jubilant Foodwork all buzzing in trade today. All the stocks are up 4-5%. And if you look at the price chart, then USL is up 10% so far this month, 22% so far this year. UBL is up 4% this month and 25% this year. And Jubilant Foodwork wins the race, up 8% this month and up 46% so far this year. And now we are seeing more of unlocking and easing of restrictions. Last week, Maharashtra and Mumbai extended timings for restaurants till 10 p.m. on all days, and vaccination also picking up the pace. So a mix of all positive news factoring in, it looks like. India scaled a new peak with 88.13 lakh doses on Monday, followed by 55 lakh in last 24 hours. So when we look at the valuation, USL is trading at discount compared to UBL at 39 times 1 year forward versus UBL trading at 47 times. While Jubilant Foodworks valuations are punchy and skyrocketing at 207 times FY22 expected earnings and 80 times when it comes to 1 year forward expected EPS as bulls continue to enjoy pizza.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot, Nupur, for joining in and giving us in that quick update in terms of why the stock's moving and also a valuation check. Prakash, what is your take on both these two stocks? I may walk down this evening down the road and visit you and, we could share a drink. But for the time being, tell us what's the outlook on both these two stocks?
So, Nigel, I personally feel to understand how things would shape up for this segment, you need to go more than the financials. You'll also have to take cognizance of the customer behavior. And that's exactly what we're trying to interpret. And Nupur is absolutely correct when she says the kind of challenges that, apart from the pandemic lockdown or slowdown that you see, is that United Spirits stands to gain tremendously from this cleanup that they have taken inordinately long. I mean, it's been about few years now, more than 5 years that they've been doing this. But the segmentation and differentiation that they have been able to create is helping them grow faster in terms of both margins and top line. United Breweries on the other side, apart from the fact that Heineken is kind of now in the driving seat, more or less, it's got far more competitive, headwinds ahead of itself. And that's going to be a while before things improve. So if you really had to put money for the next year and a half, 2 years, then it would be United Spirits as a clear choice. UBL would have to probably wait for things to really dramatically improve in the portfolio and globalize themselves. But I think the domestic market is ripe for McDowell, for United Spirits to do far better, and that's the tipple of choice as far as the stock is concerned.
Yes, and keep in mind, United Spirits, in 2015 was at 775 thereabout. It's been 6 years and the stock's done nothing. And really the stock that comes to my mind in terms of the re-rating is Jubilant Foodworks. After the kind of management change, there was just one way upward for that stock. You started to see that with Godrej Consumer as well. That's how it's also played out. A lot of people believe that if United Spirits takes out that 760, 770 zone, then perhaps another breakout is imminent. But that's conjecture. For now, of course, the stock's doing well, is the top F&O gainer. We take a break. Up next, Canara Bank is the stock in focus. The QIP has got some good demand. We'll get you highlights on the other side. Also, Kaushik Chatterjee of Tata Steel with his outlook for the European business. That's also lined up. And our market guest would be Vaibhav Sanghvi of Avendus Capital.